Happy Friday. End of the week, start of the weekend. What better way than with a little yoga practice? So, just kind of let your week drop away. Any stress you've been under, uh, any expectations, just let everything fall away for now. And first, just create a beam of light. Imagine the sunlight and a large beam coming from the sun, that golden white light coming into your crown, just for you. Sunbeams, just for you. Be sure to open your crown like a flower, like a lotus flower, and allow that light, that energy. The sun nurtures everything and everybody. So grab your beam of light and let it come into your body and fill you up like a glass being filled with water. But this is you being filled with light. And let it extend out from your center, your spinal column, your internal organs, out into your bones and your muscles, viscera. Let those sunbeams just dance all around your cells. And intend that if you're feeling perhaps low energy, that these sunbeams will energize you and make you feel inspired. And if you're feeling overly stimulated, this light will calm you and just offer nurturance for you, but bringing light and higher vibrations into yourself. Now, once your body is saturated with all this sunlight, this golden light, let it extend out from your body about 3 feet in all directions, creating a bubble of protection and nurturance. If you like, you can add some rainbow colors into your bubble, your favorite colors. Let them be like liquid light. The chakras, when you see them, look like liquid light. They radiate. So let all this light radiate in, through, and all around you. Let it make you feel inspired and healthy, glowing, and positive, melting any stress, melting any emotion you have around events. And then bring your attention to your breath. Let your bubbles stay. You'll be working your yoga poses in your bubble, but follow your breath in and out. Notice your pattern, your rhythm, just what's natural for you right now. Now take your awareness to your nervous system and just check on your nerves. Are they telling you you need more self-nurturance? Maybe, maybe not. And then notice your muscles and joints, any sensation you're feeling. Just remember these sensations are communication from your body. What's the message? If you feel tight, and one way to enhance that awareness is using your imagination. Draw a line down the center of your body. So from the top of your head to where you're sitting, a straight line separating the left from the right side of your body. And just focus your attention from head to toe on your left side. Notice the energy. You can move a little bit to see, if you're feeling tight anywhere. Just what's going on the left side of your body. Now shift your attention over to the right side of that line and check your body from head to toe. See what it feels like. What's the energy like? And compare it to the left side. Sometimes people report feeling one side is higher, one side is feeling bigger or smaller. Just what is it for you right now? Now imagine erasing that line and drawing another one about waist level, separating the top portion from the lower portion of your body. And just focus your attention from your head, the top of your head, and your body all the way down to that line. And notice what it feels like. And now take your awareness below that line, hips and legs and feet, and notice what sensations, what energy you feel, and compare that to the top portion of your body. And perhaps make a mental note or just slip that to the back of your mind if you want to address it later or during your yoga, your practice this morning. And we'll come into attunement to breath. Just bring your palms into Anjali Mudra, the prayer hands, and breathe as you lift your arms overhead. Deep, deep breath. And open. Double the length of your inhale. Just make it longer as you exhale. And repeat a few times at your own pace. Those of you that know Ujjayi breath, the ocean sounding breath, this is a good time to practice that. And one more round of inhale, exhale. Appreciating your ability to breathe, oxygenating your brain and your body. Okay, so just taking your shoulders and breathe them forward and up, take them back, exhale down. So circling a large circle. And the next time you come forward, we're going to reverse, take them back. Inhale, lift, forward, exhale down. All right. And the next time you lift your shoulders up, just hold them there. Lift, lift, lift. You can press your head back to contract and wring out any tension, soreness, toxins, debris, whatever doesn't belong there. And just let your shoulders drop and breathe them up again. Deep breath. And let your shoulders drop away from your ears. And this time, as you inhale, lift your shoulders and hold your breath as long as you're comfortable. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And release if you haven't already. Let your shoulders down. Now we're going to serpentine our shoulders, which is going to bring in some movement to our hips. So just take one shoulder forward and then the other and start to lean forward. You can place your hands on your knees or the floor, coming all the way down with one shoulder at a time. Now we're going to reverse, bring one shoulder back, then the other, and just loosen up your upper back, your ribs. Go into a little bit of an arch to the back, still moving shoulders, and reverse, coming forward once again, one at a time. Shoulders, serpentine, coming forward. Notice your hips, how they feel, legs, knees, and reverse your shoulders, moving, loosening up your body. All right, and just bring your right arm up and over. Coming up, inhale and reach. Exhale over into a stretch. Pull away from your hip, just loosening up. Breathe. Exhale over. And one last time. Breathe and reach. And exhale over. Just lengthen out. Pull away. Draw your hip down. Ground it into the earth. Hook it on a rock or something. A crystal maybe, and then reach through your fingertips. Rotate shoulders, look up under your arm. Open your fingers, give a little wiggle in your fingers, and take that arm around in a circle, as big a circle as you can make. Up to your ear, round to the back, and reverse. Big shoulders, loosen up. I know people that have gotten frozen shoulder from not moving their shoulders. So we want to keep them loose and open, letting responsibility drop off. All right, and then come back up and other side. So your left arm, just reach it out, inhale, lift, and over. Reach, inhale, exhale. Press your sitting bone down, ground into the earth. And one more swing. Reach, inhale, lift, wiggle fingers, reach away from that hip bone. Rotate your shoulder up, look up under your arm. And take your arm around in circles, big, big circles. And notice, compare this shoulder to the other one. Is there a difference? When I was a kid, I broke my right arm up near my shoulder, so I usually notice a little difference, but see how your shoulders are today. What's going on in there? Reverse your circles and come back to center. All right. So just bringing legs with knees vertical, feet on the floor. Let's loosen up a little bit in our hips first. Separate your feet just the width of the mat, and we'll take our knees side to side and just get some movement in the legs and hips. All right. And then we'll work towards a twist. Just bring your feet and legs together wherever they'll come, and as close in as is comfortable. And just take your right arm around your legs and take your left arm out to the side and reach it up. Come into a mudra, thumb and finger, index finger together, and reach up. Lift up through your fingertips. And then holding onto your legs, use your arm to draw you around into a twist and bring your arm down, let go of the mudra, bring your palm onto the floor behind you, close to your hip so that you're sitting tall. You can use that arm for a backrest. Use both your arms to come into your twist. Breathe. I have an 80-year-old client. We do chair yoga. And I tell her breathing is required. All right, so holding in your twist, take in a breath as you look over your shoulder. And as you exhale, look towards your knees. Just turn your head to your right. press into the stretch, kind of squeeze there, squeezing out tension. Just wring it out like your washcloth in the shower or your sponge, whatever you use. And then take in your breath. Exhale, and again, look over your shoulder, stretch. Now press on that palm that's behind you. Separate your feet. Take your right arm and just swing it up. Come up onto your palm and your feet and just stretch open. Open the shoulders, lift your chin. It's kind of like flipping the dog, only we have both feet in front. And then lower yourself down and bring that left arm around your knees, your shins, and reach out. Inhale your arm up, coming into your mudra, and stretch the other fingers up towards the sky. Lift up out of your hips, take in a deep breath, and exhale. Use your arm to pull you around and bring your arm, release the mudra, palm, fingertips, or knuckles on the floor behind you, and look over your right shoulder. Breathe your deep breaths. Now take in your deep breath, lift tall, and just turn your head towards your knees, looking over your other shoulder. Stretch your head and neck. Take in another breath. Lift. Exhale and turn, looking over your shoulder once again. And then press down on your palm. Take your left arm and just swing it up, lifting your hips. You can separate your feet a little bit more and open your body. This will help prepare us for flipping the dog or wild thing this morning after we go into our downward facing dog. So open it up, lift your hips, and then swing it down. Come around. All right, come on to the balls of your feet. The closer your feet, the more stretch you will receive, the more benefit, but wherever your ankles will fit, and just rock forward and back, knees down towards the floor. Just bring them closer and closer, stretching your toes. And then press your heels away, so it's like flexing your feet. And then let your knees down on the floor, so you get a nice stretch in your Achilles tendon and the back of your calf. Now just lift up onto your knees, bring your hands onto your low back, lift your chin, and you can separate your knees if it's more comfortable for you. And if you have a little tenderness in your knees, you can take your mat and you can fold it over and make it thicker so that maybe you're on carpet in your home. So, all right, palms on your low back. I'll turn sideways, fingertips down. Lift your chin, lift your sternum, bring your shoulder blades together, lift your ribs, lift your navel, and just lean back. Now you come into an arch, but also if you can lean back over your heels, feel that stretch in your thighs. Okay. Now come forward, chin to your chest, and just a little rounding in your back to release from the arch. And inhale, lift, and we'll repeat. Press against your low back for support. Breathe, lift your chin. Let your hips press forward, arch, and lean back over your heels. Come forward again. Chin onto your chest. Round your back. Let yourself relax. And breathe and lift. Bring your elbows a little closer. Open the front of your body. We do so many things with our arms forward. Lift. Lift your navel. Press your hips forward. Lean back. Now see if you can bring your hand onto one heel. See if you're comfortable with bringing your other hand onto your other heel. Press your hips a little bit forward. Lift up out of your knees. Let your head relax back. If it's not comfortable, if you have sensitivity in your neck, just bring your chin towards your chest. Either way is fine. This is more working your back, stretching the front. Open your solar plexus chakra. Open it up. That's your sunshine. Remember your bubble and you're filled with sunlight? Let it shine there. Golden. Now, if you want to come forward and just bring your arms forward, round out a little bit. I have to move on my mat here. Now, if you want for this one, you can let the tops of your feet on the mat rather than heels lifted. So, bringing your hands onto your low back, we're going to go back into camel. So, lift in the front of your body, elbows drawing closer. Breathe. Lift. Let your hips tilt forward. Lean back and reach for your heels. Or if you're ready, your palms can come onto the soles of your feet. But stretch your hips forward. Breathe. To come out, reach one arm forward as though you're reaching for an invisible rope and just pull yourself up and lower down into child's pose. Round it out. You can stack your arms if you want, or you can bring your arms in classic child's pose. Whatever feels best right now. Now, those of you who've been with me in person, you may remember when I have come around and stretched your back. Just imagine right now that I'm there and I have one hand on your tailbone and the other hand near the top of your spine, and I'm stretching you nice and long. Remember how that felt? Let it stretch. And now I move my hands so they're on the diagonal on one side. Stretch. Now, remember the other diagonal. Let that stretch. All right. And then just lift up and come back onto your hands and knees. Could you feel me stretching you? I felt like I was there. All right. So Let's come into puppy stretch. It's always a favorite of mine, so we'll all do that one. Just draw your shoulders down, lengthen. All right, so just place your palms on the mat, spread your fingers out wide, let your hips come forward. We're going to end up in Cobra, so bring your palms under your shoulders or close, legs together, tops of the feet on the floor. If you want to roll sideways, side to side, loosening in the hips and low back a little bit more, you can do that. But our camel pose would have loosened up our back for our cobra. So we go from camel to cobra. So just lift up in your shoulders, take in a breath, exhale, shoulder blades together, exhale. Once again, lowering down, bend your elbows, bring the pubic triangle onto the floor. If you need to move your hands, just adjust and lengthen out. See, it's a little bit different from camel, right? Still arching, but how do you feel it different from being on your knees? All right, now press back into puppy stretch. Stretch out your back. And turn your toes under. We'll press up into our downward facing dog. Stretch your heels down. You can come up onto your toes and contract your calf muscles and then draw your heels down. Lift up, inhale. Exhale down. And just bring your knees down for a moment. Take in 2 deep breaths, lengthen in your spine. Be like turtle. All right, so we'll inhale our way back up into downward facing dog. Press back and stretch. Now remember to tilt your hips up. Oh, what a stretch you get on the back of your legs. You feel that? It's a yummy stretch, right? All right, so for this one, we'll flip our dog or come into wild thing, whatever you call it. So first we'll take your left leg up, come into three-legged dog. Reach up, shoulders still pointing forward. Bend your knee. We'll get in our psoas stress. Press down in your right heel and lift your left knee. Lift your hips open, shoulders still facing forward. Lift that knee. Lift. Breathe. Now let that foot come down behind you onto the floor and reach your left arm up so you're on the outside of your right foot. Lift your left knee open into your wild thing. And then come around into a plank. Taking a breath. Press back into downward facing dog. Make sure there's no debris or accessories next to you on the other side. All right. Right leg up. Stretch. Press down in your left heel. Reach up. Bend your right knee. Lift it up to the sky. And open the hip to stretch the psoas.
Shoulders stay forward. Knee up. Lift. And flip your dog. Bring the foot down behind you. Stretch out your left leg and open. You're on the ball of your right foot. Lift your knee. Look up overhead. And come around into your plank. And let your knees down. Come sitting on your heels. Adjust your clothing, get comfortable. Shake out your arms, bend your elbows, just give a little swing. And circle around in your wrists. Reverse. And fingers. Bring the energy down into your fingers. Give a squeeze. Okay, so there's another way to do plank. We did it on the floor. There's another way. It's a wall plank. You may have done it before or not. So if you have a wall that is open, you know, without furniture, or if you don't have such a wall, you could use a chair, if there's a chair that's stable that won't slide. Okay, so we're just going to come to the wall. You're going to come into your plank. Now reach one hand up onto the wall, press, and then press your other hand onto the wall. Take your feet out and come into your plank and see how that feels. It's kind of like halfway between down dog and plank. And then you can walk your feet in and come up into standing. Shake out your wrists or circle them around. Get comfortable. And we'll come into a standing twist. Remember to lift your outside heel to protect your knees. Let your arms swing freely. Let any over responsibility or burden slough off your shoulders, off your arms. As a matter of fact, just flick it off. Flick off any tension and stress. All right. Good job. Okay. Just come into center and Tadasana and breathe palms into prayer hands and just kind of acclimate to being upright. More gravity pulling on you. Let your elbows relax. Just hands in a comfortable prayer hands. Now, remember that beam, that big, wide beam of sunlight coming in? Bring in some more light. Bring it in through the top of your head and fill up your body all the way. So the bubble, now that you're standing, it extends down into the floor. So it's 3 feet beyond because energy will penetrate through objects. Fill up with golden sunlight. Now play with it a little bit. Bring it in through your crown and take it out like an L shape
out to the front through the forehead, your third eye. Bring it in and flow it out the third eye. Just like a unicorn, your wisdom center. All right. Okay, so just rub your hands together and sway side to side on each foot without lifting, just sway a little bit. All right, now come into center on both feet. Find a spot to focus on, and then shift the weight over to your right foot and turn out your left leg. Come into your tree pose, Vrksasana, however you want your tree. You can come all the way up. You can come on top into half lotus, whatever form you want your tree to make. Just work with it. Bring your branches wherever you want your branches. And come back into prayer hands and step out of your tree with control. If you fall out of it, then go back in and come out with control, even if you're only there for a second. That way you train yourself, body, mind, to work together. That's your discipline. Okay, other side. Just find your center. Excuse me. Find your spot. Gaze at your spot. Take in your breath. Exhale your weight over onto your left foot and come into your version of tree for today. Sometimes it becomes dancer's pose, right? Branches. Excuse me. And just releasing your tree. Come back into Tadasana. Okay. Now separate your feet uh, maybe a little bit more beyond beyond the width of your mat, and turn your feet out about 45 degrees. Bring palms into prayer hands with your inhale. Exhale, bend your knees and press them open into horse pose. Keep pressing the knees open, and it's like you're sitting in between your heels. And squeeze isometrically as you press back up. Inhale. Exhale back out into horse pose. Opening knees and just go a little side to side. Feel your ankles. Now take your hands on your knees and straighten your arms and lean on your hands. Okay, now bring your left shoulder forward and press that left knee away. Open the hip. Come back. Other shoulder. Press your right knee away. And come back and squeeze and bring palms back into standing. Good. Now turn sideways on your mat or turn your mat, either way, for warrior two pose. I'm just going to do it right here. So just step out, just come into a 5-pointed star. Nice wide stance. And turn your left toes out, press your right heel out, hips pointing forward, and vinyasa a few times, taking your breath. Exhale out, inhale in, exhale out, inhale, exhale out. Check your shoulders. Your knee is in the center line of your foot or your second toe. Relax down, gaze over the fingertips, over your bent knee. Open your shoulders, lift your crown. Let that light pour into you again. In through your crown, all the way down into the earth. Bring it back up into your feet, up into your body, out your crown. And breathe your knee in. Relax your arms if you want to. And switch your feet for the other side. Coming out. Now press down in the back hip. A lot of people, it's like a triangle. No, we want the hips level. So take in your breath. Exhale out. Inhale in. Exhale out. Breathe it in. Exhale out. Good. And then gaze over your fingertips. Keep opening that back knee and pressing down in the back hip. Okay. Relaxing the hips, lower down, deeper. Plant feet firmly into the ground. And breathe it in. Relax your arms, just a few little swings to loosen up in your shoulders, wrists, fingers. Okay. All right, turn to the other side. Come into your warrior two pose. Take in your breath. Exhale out into your warrior two. Just bring your left hand onto that knee. Breathe your right arm up next to your ear. And exhale, bend your left elbow. Come into a straight line from your fingertips to the outer edge of your right foot. Mindful of this knee, keep it over the ankle. Look up under your arm. Bring your arm down around behind you, grab your hip or your thigh and look up. Push the floor away, inhale. Excuse me, come back. Other side. Warrior two. Breathe. Exhale it out. Bring your palm onto that knee. Lift your left arm up. Reach through your fingertips. Reach for the sun. Open this knee. Hips square to the front. Breathe. And exhale into that nice straight line. Feel the stretch you get. I can feel my psoas muscles rotate, and then bring your arm down, reach around for your hip, open the shoulder. All right, and come back out. And let's get in a forward fold here. Take in your breath. Exhale, hinge forward in your hips, lead with your chest. Toes are forward or slightly in, actually, heels out. And reach for your ankles, your feet, the floor, whatever. But tilt your hips up. Now activate your thighs. Lift your kneecap. Walk your hands over to your left leg. Come in for head to knee. Release. Walk your hands over to the other leg. Head to knee. Start with your breath. Exhale and come down. And come back to center. Step your feet together. Lower your knees down. Take your feet over to your left and come down sitting on your right hip. And just bring that left leg around. Now, let's do it a little different today. Oftentimes we keep this heel in. Let's stretch that leg out. Bring the foot in. Flex the foot on the extended leg. Bring your knee in towards the diagonal shoulder. Hold on with your right hand, your arm, and breathe. Scoop forward with your left arm. Reach up, press down on your hips, lift up in your fingertips. Rotate your body. Bring your arm down behind you, close to your hips. And go over your shoulder. Press through the heel on the right leg. Now press down in your sitting bones. Hold on to that leg and breathe your left arm back up towards your ear. You're still in your twist. Breathe and exhale, unwind. All right, so we'll come over, bring both legs over to your, you're beyond your left hip. Bring your right leg around and straighten out your left leg. Flex the foot and draw your knee in, your right knee in towards your left shoulder. And then take your right arm out, breathe it up and rotate, holding your leg for leverage. Exhale your arm down and breathe. Your back is relaxed here. You're doing the work with your arms. Take in your breath. Hold on to your leg. Bring your right arm next to your ear. Still in your twist. Exhale, come around to center. And unfold your legs. And just holding on to your shins, just one cat stretch. Taking in your breath, reach up. Exhale, round your back. Inhale forward, arching your back. Ah. And then align on your mat for Shavasana. Draw your hips, rotate them under so your back can relax onto the floor, relaxing on the earth. Roll your shoulder blades under. So turn your elbows a little bit forward and let them bend slightly, palms up while you're on your back. And that will open your shoulders and relax any tension. Sometimes it gets stuck in there. Okay. So remember that sunlight you brought in earlier and a few times during your poses? Bring it in. Bring in some more light, sunlight, golden, in through your head and out through your feet, and emanating all around your body. You can bring in rainbow light as well if that feels good, but feel this light, the nurturance of it melting deeper tension. Let it go deep within you. Sometimes we have tension we don't even realize we have. So let this light find it and melt it. Until you just melt into the ground, softer and softer, totally relaxed. And start now to become aware of your body without moving just yet. Feel the stillness, the deep relaxation, the release of deeper tension. Fill that whole body with light again. Fill in those spaces where there was tension. Now it's filled with light. And as you start to move and wake yourself up, I will chant the Gayatri Mantra for you, eventually coming up into sitting. Om Bhurбhuvah Svaha Tatsavitorvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurбhuvah Svaha Tatsavitorvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yona Prachodayat. Last time. Join me if you know it. Om Bhurбhuvah Svaha Tatsavitorvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yona Prachodayat. Bring your hands into your favorite mudra, sealing in all that light, all the benefits from your practice. Sealing in your memory of being relaxed and free of stress. And then bring your palms into prayer hands, Anjali Mudra. Just a little nod of your head to honor your divine nature and the source of all. Namaste, everybody. Pleasant weekend.
Thank you.